I'd like to call this order July 10th to order, please. Roll call.
Mrs. Buckley?
Did you say Mr.?
Yes. I said Mrs.
Here.
Sound like Mr. to me.
Sound like Mr. Revere too.
No.
Mrs. Buckley is here.
Mr. Cootery?
Present.
Mrs. Lanasi?
Present.
Mrs. White?
Present.
Mrs. Roscoe?
Here.
Mr. Minkiewicz is here, and President Frayer is absent.
Okay, pledge allegiance, please. Everybody stand. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. This is the part of organization of the board, so we're going to turn this over to Carl to let him take care of the nominations.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Roscoe. We'll begin with nominations for the office of President.
I'd like to make a motion to nominate Celeste Roscoe for president.
Support.
Support.
Who supported?
Also.
Cootery?
Cootery.
Okay. Anyone?
Vice President.
I'd like to make a motion that we name Mr. Minkiewicz.
Support.
Excuse me, we didn't vote
Oops.
for president yet?
Do you want
Yeah.
to vote?
Oh, all
We
in
want to
favor?
go to.
Well, we should ask if there's more
Thank
nominations.
you for keeping
too.
us honest.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we,
Thank you,
so
Carol.
we already
Am
know
I
who's
supposed to
going,
ask that?
sorry.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay,
so
I'm
there's any
sorry.
other nominations?
Are there any other nominations for the office of President?
No.
Then we'll close nomination. And we now ask for a vote. I still have my training wheels on. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Do I ask for abstentions? Okay.
That's okay.
All right. Thank you. All right. Let's see if I can get it right the next time. Nominations for the office of Vice President.
I would like to nominate Mr. Minkiewicz for vice president.
Support.
Okay.
Any
All
others?
all
Any
in
others?
favor?
No, any others?
Any other?
Oh, I'm sorry. Any other nominations for the office of Vice President?
No.
All right.
Okay.
The nomination is closed. All in favor? Ken Minkiewicz for Vice President, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? This is hard work. They didn't tell me about this part.
We'll break in real quick.
Okay, we now move on to nominations for the office of Secretary. Any
I would
I'd
nominations?
like to nominate Naomi for secretary, please. Naomi White.
Support.
Any other nominations for the office of Secretary? Okay, then the nomination is closed. All in favor of Naima White for office of Secretary, signify by saying aye, please. Any opposed? Okay. And finally, nominations open for the office of Treasurer.
I'd like to nominate Ms. Lanasi, Betty Lanasi.
Support.
That's right, right?
That's all right.
Who supported Buckley?
Yes,
I think so,
Cheryl.
yeah. Okay, any other nominations for the office of Treasurer? Okay, the nominations are closed. All in favor of Betty Lanasi for the office of Treasurer, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Now, this is the point in time, I think, where we move to our new locations.
You do it after or?
Actually,
No.
we usually
No?
wait
We're
till
gonna do it
6:30.
after the-
We'll wait till the
okay.
second
6:30.
meeting.
Okay.
Meeting.
Okay,
Finish this out.
fair enough.
You can go ahead and continue with the next thing on the agenda there.
Okay, next is designation of depositories. And you want me to read shall I
Okay.
read the motion also?
Yeah, we just need to make the motion, right?
Right.
Yeah, okay, I'll just read the motion. We move that the board Move that the Board of Education name Comerica and National City to continue as depositories, and that the President, Vice President, Secretary, Treasurer, and Superintendent of Schools continue to have the authority to sign authorizing documents requiring 2 of the 5 actual signatures or facsimile signatures.
I support that.
All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Next is the schedule of meetings. Next item attached.
Madam President, I'd like to make the motion to accept the schedule of meetings as listed. Move that the Board of Education of the Romulus Community School District schedule their meetings on the second and fourth Monday of each month at 6:30 p.m. for the 2006-2007 school year.
Support.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Next, we have the naming of the auditor.
I would like to make a motion, Madam Chair, that we move that the Board of Education employ the firm of Post, Smith, Lutz, and Zeal to act as auditors for the Board of Education for the 2006-2007 school year.
Support.
Okay. Motion by Ms. White, supported by Mr. Kudrick. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
Next, we have the naming of the attorney firm.
Madam President, I'll make the motion. Move that the Board of Education employ the firm of Keller and Toma, P.C., to act as attorneys for the Board of Education for the 06-07 school year.
Support.
Okay, got a motion by Ken, supported by Naima. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Next.
Next is adoption of previous board policies.
Madam President, I move that the Board of Education adopt the existing policies of Romulus Community Schools.
Support.
Okay, motion by Cheryl and supported by Tom. I guess I should be asking any questions.
Any discussion?
Any questions or discussions on all these, but, we have any?
No.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All set. Next is adjournment of this part of the meeting.
Madam President, I'll make the motion to adjourn the meeting.
Support.
A motion by Ken, supported by Betty, to adjourn from this part of the meeting. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, all set is
6:23.
6:23. Okay. I'd like to call this July 10th regular meeting to order. Can I have roll call, please?
Mrs. Freyer is absent, excused.
Yes.
Mrs. Buckley,
Here.
Mr. Kudrick,
Present.
Mrs. Lanasi,
Present.
Mr. McKevich,
Present.
Mrs. Roscoe,
Here.
and Mrs. White is present.
Now, stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, next we have the approval of the agenda. Do we have any changes or questions first? Actually, we need a motion to approve the agenda, and we can make the changes.
Okay.
I have a motion to
I
approve
would
the
like to
agenda.
make a motion that we approve the agenda. Oh, no, I thought it was with the changes. Usually,
the changes
He's gonna
Yeah, I
make
you have
the
to make the
changes.
changes first.
Yeah, I think before the motion.
Then I approve it. So
Okay.
he's got to make the changes first.
Okay, a couple of changes. Under district memberships, the item for NSBA, if you could strike that. And then we'll call it C1, because it's in between C and D. We're also going to add a motion to join the Michigan High School Athletic Association, MHSAA.
and not at NSU?
No, no, I'll share that with you during discussion.
Okay. I would like to make an emotion that we approve the agenda as presented with the changes.
Support.
Okay, motion by Naima, supported by Cheryl. Do we have any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, we're all set. Approval of the previous minutes. Can I have a motion, please?
Okay, I'll
Madam
make
Chair.
the motion. Go ahead.
Madam Chair, make a motion that we approve the minutes of our previous meeting, June 26th.
Support.
Motion by Cheryl, supported by Ken. Do you have any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, we're all set. Now we have the report of the superintendent, Mr. Weiss. And first of all, I'd like to welcome you aboard.
Thank you very much.
And away we go.
Okay, it's a pleasure to be sitting on this side of the table. Thank you. Item A, personnel actions. I'll turn the floor over to Mr. Clark.
Thank you, Mr. Weiss. Members of the board, I have one personnel action for you this evening. It's a for-your information. It's a termination of two employees, Ms. Carol Adams Fulton and Ms. Irene Sandusky.
Madam
I got
Chair, I have
Go
a
ahead.
question. Mr. Clark, and with this, can you explain to us what happened and did we do everything we could to help these employees achieve their goal for this No Child Left Behind qualification?
Starting in April 23rd, 2002, a letter was sent to all paraprofessionals announcing the new change in the No Child Left Behind regulation. This regulation indicated that our paraprofessionals needed to do three things in order to become highly qualified: completed at least 2 years of study in an institution of higher education, obtained an associate's degree, or passed a rigorous standard test to prove their ability to do this para task. From April 2002 until the present, unfortunately, the two staff did not complete that requirement, and by law, I had no choice but to terminate them effective June 30th, 2006.
Madam Chair. Mr. Clark, how long had either one of these employees been with the district, and did they make any efforts? Did they start school, stop school, or were they enrolled in school? You said they had three options, right?
Yes. From April 23rd, 2002, once again until June 30th, the district made available opportunities for all paraprofessionals to, one, take the workshop that was available through RISA and through Henry Ford College to prepare for the test. Matter of fact, the district paid for the workshop, the district paid for the test, and there was at least one, if not two, retake tests that each of these employees had an opportunity to retake. Once again, unfortunately, they were not successful, did not pass the test, and once again, had to be terminated.
Okay, so they only opted to take the test.
Yes,
But not the further education.
exactly.
Okay, how many years were both of these in the district?
I don't know the exact years. I would hate to make a guess at it. Mrs. Sandusky was a longtime employee of the district, and Mrs. Fulton, maybe 3-4 years, I'm not sure.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to make sure that we tried to help them as much as we could to achieve the goal.
I have a package of information documenting all of the letters that I've sent to them since 2002 also.
Any other questions or anything?
Excuse me.
Thank you.
Okay, bills for payment, Mrs. Pavlidou.
Very good. Thank you, Mr. Weiss. I'm recommending that the board approve the bills submitted for payment for the period June 28, 2006 through June 30th, 2006 in the amount of $285,790.01.
Okay, can I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to approve the bills for payment.
Support.
Motion by Ken, supported by Tom. Any questions or concerns? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? set.
Okay, next we have district memberships, and the administration is recommending that, that we renew our membership in MASB, also the Detroit Metro Bureau of Schools, and the Middle Cities Organization. We were adding MHSAA, kind of, it got left off because we didn't have an invoice, and it turned out that invoice was in one of my folders in the move. I didn't realize I had it. Joel had given it to me about a month ago, so that's why it wasn't as part of the original membership. And you may be curious as to why we're not recommending, we're taking off the National School Board Association. I think you have information in your packet. You have copies of the invoices and the costs. And one of the in this climate of cost cutting and trying to save money for the district, particularly money that that we can save that's invisible to students. The National School Board Association discussed it with our central office administrators. We were all kind of in agreement that that's an organization that would be nice to be a membership. You know, we have participated, we've received as a district, we've received awards, and we've presented at some of their conferences, but given that it's a national organization, their meetings tend to be out of state. Our thinking is that it's an expense that the district should at least experiment with living without. We can try living without it this year and see how it goes. We don't anticipate any adverse impact other than, you know, we'll miss receiving their communications and certainly receiving their awards down the road. But MASB is much closer to home. It's an essential organization from us, and we think that you'd be supportive of that. And that's, you know, at a cost savings, I think it's around $3,400. And also, with respect to the joining of the Michigan High School Athletic Association, that's zero cost to the district. That's we get that one for no cost at all.
Okay. Any other?
I have a question. Questions, Madam Chair? So we won't, this year going around, won't be eligible for like any Magna Awards or anything like that, right?
Probably not.
Okay. That's what I was wondering, if that's what the membership entails.
Okay, the only other one that I don't see on here is our Middle Cities.
We don't have an invoice yet from them.
Okay.
I called them and they were supposed to have it because I didn't have one for your packet.
Oh, okay, so we'll do that after we get the invoice in.
And could I have separate motions, please, too?
Okay.
Okay, do we have an invoice for the high school?
Sure. He has them.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I just got it today. so.
Okay.
Okay, we don't have the Middle Cities one, right?
No, it
Okay.
didn't come in.
And how much is that historically, kind of, you know?
I think it's about $2,000, $3,000.
No, it's more than that. I'm thinking like 8 or 9.
8 or 9?
I think so. It's a little more expensive, but that is, you know, we get quite a bit of service from that
Right.
organization.
Okay, okay.
So we're,
That's used a lot by a lot of the staff and curriculum and.
They're also a lobbying agent for the Middle City districts too.
So you need a separate motion
we're
for
gonna
For
do
each
separate.
one of
We're
them.
gonna do separate motions, yes. First, let's do the MASB first. Can I have a motion, please?
Okay, I'll make the motion that the Board of Education accept the recommendation of the superintendent and join the Michigan Association of School Boards for the 206-207 school year.
Support.
Okay, motion by Ms. Lanasi, supported by Mr. Kudarek. Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Next, we'll do the Metropolitan Detroit Bureau of School Studies.
Madam President, I'll make a motion that the Board of Education accept the recommendation of the superintendent and join the Metropolitan Detroit Bureau of School Studies for the 2006-2007 school year.
Support.
Okay, motion by Ken, supported by Naima. Any questions or concerns? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, we're all set there. And next, we'll do the Michigan High School Association. We just passed that all out to everyone.
Okay.
Madam Chair, I'd like
Yes.
to move the Board of Education accept the recommendation from the superintendent to join the Michigan High School Athletic Association for 2006 and 2007 school year.
Support.
Okay, motion by Tom, supported by Cheryl. Any other questions or concerns? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we're all set there. I think we got them all, didn't we?
Middle
Do you
cities.
want to do Middle Cities as
Yeah.
well?
We don't have a, she said we didn't have an invoice.
We didn't have an invoice. When I sent this out, I thought you'd
Okay,
have it.
so
They
we're gonna
promised
wait.
to fax it to me, and they didn't.
Okay,
So
so we
that's
just
why
gonna put that
it's
on
stayed.
hold.
So you want us
So
to,
can we do that next
I'll
meeting,
put
or
it
do
on
we
the-
have to
You
do
want to table it
that?
for the next
Okay.
meeting? Okay.
All right, we'll table that one then. Alrighty.
okay.
Next, we have committee appointments. Usually, the way we do it is everyone turns in a list of what committees they would like to sit on, and our next meeting, we disperse them and see where they're gonna be. So if everybody will turn that in to me tonight, and we'll have it for next meeting, which is, I think, the 24th.
Okay, committees again?
Committees is, we need 3 for finance, policy, and personnel. And then we have our initiatives, which we don't have to have 3, of course, sit on each one, but anybody interested in sitting on them. We have the community district-wide initiative, early childhood, healthy living, the technology, and the climate. So if you're interested in being part of those, put them on your list too. Okay. I'll take care of that next meeting. Next, we have communication and expression from the public. I don't think we have anybody.
Anything you want to say?
No. I like when you go on.
Very much.
Oh, wow.
There you go. Should we put that in the notes?
Yeah.
Sure, but I like when you
I don't know
go
which one I want to do. Probably do technology.
Talk about brown nosing.
I have to.
I didn't have to pay her that much either to get to this.
While we're on them.
Okay, we can do the initiatives later as long as we get the 3 main ones set up anyways. So we have no communications and expression from the public. So now our next one is items of interest from the superintendent.
You have, in your package, you have 2 more year-end reports. You have the year-end report from Hale Creek and the year-end report from Romulus High School. And I had a chance over the weekend to review both of them. There's quite a bit of information in both of those. I don't know if anybody had any questions or any comments regarding either one.
The only comment I would have is, I think everybody received a note or letter or something concerning the high school annual report and one particular area of it. So that's just something for their information.
Anything else? This part is questions and concerns of board members. Anybody have anything tonight?
Madam President, I was going to just bring up one thing that we've talked about it in the past, and I think we need to get started on it before the school year starts, and that's, we had talked with Sherry, I think, about setting down rules and regulations on how we go about getting reimbursement if we go to clinics and that type of thing. So we have a set procedure for everybody to follow, and the same with mileage for employees of the district and so on. And I just wanted to mention that, you know, we probably should try and get started with that if we can.
Do you want that to be an initiative of the board?
That would be policy
Okay.
committee. That comes out of policy.
Well,
Because I would hate to set the standards and,
I thought of Sherry simply because of it's dealing strictly money. I mean,
Hey.
it was,
Are you just talking about a standard procedure then?
I
yeah,
believe
So
the-
it's not really a change in policy, it's,
well,
we're not changing what we reimburse for or what we
No.
don't reimburse.
More like a
No.
time
Instead of people
frame.
doing
Time-
it all at the end of the year, maybe on a quarterly basis or something like that.
Yeah,
But
the-
then, even if it starts in finance, it's still gonna have to go through policy for approval. So usually a recommendation between the two, the policy, you know, head and the finance head would get together. I mean, because that's like internal control, really.
yeah, just so we have something that everybody follows. Because like when you go through the bills for payment, you might see one employee with a large sum of money for reimbursement for mileage, and then somebody else it's $10, and you don't know, well, did they get this large sum in 1 week, full year? And we just thought that if we could come up with a procedure and everything that would be easier for her to control.
Okay,
Whatever.
anything else? Anybody else have anything? Okay, if nobody does, do we need an executive session?
Yes, we
Okay, and after the executive session, we still will have some action taken. So we need roll call to go into executive session.
Well,
Actually, we need a motion first.
I'll make a motion that we go to executive session.
Support.
Okay, motion by Ken, supported by Tom. Now we need roll call.
Mrs. Buckley,
Yes.
Mr. Kudrick,
Yes.
Ms. Lanasi,
Yes.
Mr. McKevich,
Yes.
President, who are you? Roscoe.
Yes.
Mrs. White, yes.
All set. Okay, we need a motion to come out of executive session and go back into regular session, please.
Madam President, I'll make the motion to reconvene into regular session.
I'll support that motion.
Okay, motion by Ken, supported by Betty. We need roll call, please.
Mrs. Buckley.
Yes.
Mr. Kudrick.
Yes.
Ms. Lanasi.
Yes.
Mr. McKevich.
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe.
Yes.
Ms. White, yes.
Okay, and
A motion for adjournment.
No,
we
have
need- no, we have
student
one-
appeal.
Oh.
we need a motion for the student appeal that we have in front of us. Actually, the recommended motion.
Do we need to read the entire thing?
I think,
Probably.
I guess we
Okay.
should read the whole thing.
Oh, Madam President, I'll make a motion to agree with the recommended decision of the hearing panel rendered after the due process hearing that occurred on May 25th, 2006, that the student did violate the student code of conduct by engaging in behavior that was in violation of the building's rules and regulations and constituted the possession of a weapon and a dangerous weapon. The student's actions constituted gross misdemeanors. The board further agrees with the hearing panel's recommended disciplinary action as set forth in its June 1, 2006 letter. That student be suspended from attendance at the Romulus Community Schools for the remainder of the 2005-2006 academic year and the first semester of the 2006-2007 academic year. The student may apply to return for the second semester of the 2006-2007 academic year. Such application may not be made before November 1st, 2006.
support it.
Okay, motion made by Ken, supported by Tom. Do we have any other questions or concerns? I think we took care of all that, didn't we? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carried. Next on our agenda is adjournment.
I'd like to make a support.
Motion by Cheryl, supported by Naima to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.